What most people are usually interested in is how the ACT is different from the SAT, which one's easier and which one's harder. The ACT is quite different than the SAT. The major difference is that the ACT is very time constrained. No matter what your level of reading comprehension is, you are going to have a hard time reading everything and answering all of the questions as thoroughly as you might like. With the ACT, we will focus on making sure that your time management is as high of a quality as possible. One of the main reasons to prep for the ACT is to get used to your time limit manipulation. We want to make sure your critical reading skills are solid. You really need to practice reading for content and reading efficiently. And there are certain ways to read more efficiently with the ACT that you wouldn't necessarily use in other situations. You can think of it like if you were doing a lot of research and you needed to read a large number of papers, a great deal of information, and quickly, that's kind of the skill you need to develop with the ACT. And that's certainly something that you never would see in a high school class as skill being taught. So that's part of what we study for Prep 2 is that developing that speed critical reading. Some students don't have a plan for multiple choice questions. They often do what is intuitive to them. What we want to make sure is that any student knows what does and doesn't work. And so we will go over a multiple choice strategy as well. The ACT essay has been changed last year. The new form of the essay is very different. It's not as difficult as you might think, but there's a level of skill that you need to develop. Once you learn what the test is looking for, it becomes fairly easy, but the level of difficulty can be tricky. So we'll talk about how to develop a logical argument, how to make a comparison, how to argue against something and argue for something, which is going to be required for the ACT essay. We start with talking about how the test is structured. We need to learn how to manage our time properly, which is very different from pretty much any other test you've ever taken. And that's a primary concern when studying. We work on our critical reading skills, paying attention to what needs to be read and what doesn't need to be read so that we can save as much time as possible. Then we'll work on multiple choice strategy, make sure that every student who is studying has a actual strategy instead of intuition for their multiple choice taking, and then we'll also deal with essay strategy. All of those things together should prepare you fairly comfortably for anything having to do with ACT reading and essay and even science as well. Thanks for your time and good luck.